one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing, extended, beautiful family, just thank you so much for the love and support. Yes, we are all going through some very crazy changes right now. Is that that's the best word I can use for it. But trust and believe there is so many abundance of blessings coming through within the end of this cycle. So with all that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. If you've been watching my videos for a while and have not already, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, drop a line. I would love to get a chance to hear from you. If you hit the notification bell, you'll be able to know when I'm about to upload my next video. And if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know moi, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift. And if you feel like the videos are informative, give you good vibes or uplift that you would love to tell with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath going through trying times, please go ahead and share, especially if they're needing spiritual guidance, confirmation, or validation towards life path, even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on the social media favorites wherever you see fit. And thank you once again for the love and support as always. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. The YouTube channel I'm using for my meditation today is called Musically Zen. And their video is called Relaxing in the Indian Music, Music for Yoga, Chakra Balance, Power of Nature, 432 hertz. Y'all, my energy is like really out there again today as I'm showing you. Both of the wallpapers for both are the same, it's not changing. So if you see my face like change like it just did, that's the reason why. Um, the video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101. Heyokas Matrix is crumbling. Deja vu, portal jumping, shape shifting, astral projection. Matrix dynamics is like basically off the charts. This is like when I'm getting like all type of uploads, downloads, sideways, digrades, whatever. It's just really been messing me up. It just feels like a lot of times either the time is speeding up very fast, like you can be looking at something and doing something at 1 o'clock, and next thing you know, it's almost daggone near three. You're like, God, dog, where did the time go? Or you're waking up with these headaches, and it's like a upgrade overload. It's like you waking up with a hangover from hell. Like I woke up this morning, my face felt like I was, it felt like my whole face was about to crack off. And I was just like, oh my God. Cause I know I did my videos. This is the first time I ever did my videos, as far as I can remember, at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And it was just like, I was in the Zen mode, like I was very quiet, even though it was like my daughter was, asleep in the next room. But I was very calm. I just finished doing an exercise. Um, went through doing my exercise, then I did Tai Chi. And it had me very in a, somewhat of a Zen mode. But it's like the last few days, it's been very crazy for me. Like I've been draining so bad. It doesn't take much, it's just like me interacting even through, in between my videos. I only been able to do like 1 or 2 videos, or maybe even three. Like earlier this morning, I did two, and I said maybe I'm not going to do anymore. But then all those daggone visions I was getting today, I was talking to a couple of friends of mine that have children with autism, which is a beautiful blessing. I never want anybody to ever feel like I'm saying autism is a bad thing. A lot of times people are like, Roslynn, you're saying it in a positive way. And I'm just like, well, dang, I don't know what parents have to deal with that. I send a lot of blessings to them because the people that I know at times, depending on what level they're at, I guess what it is, or which one they're in, what stage are they in, or whatever autistic label. I hate that word label, but they have to deal with. I always feel like children are a blessing regardless of what goes on. They're made like that for a reason, and I always feel like when their children are like that, and people are like those are special needs. No, I don't feel like they're special needs. A lot of times I always see when it comes to children like that, it just feels like God's blessed them double time. Like they're like your silent alarm when different shifts are taking place. They'll feel it before you do. And it's just like I was talking to my friends, I'll be like, whoa, okay, there's something going on with you and your babies. You know what's going on. And I feel it is like when I'm talking to them and I get a picture of their child and then I see it and it's like a surge like a surge of energy, and it's very powerful and bright, and it's just like circulating and merging and stuff like that. Like if you see like the DNA diagram and you see it like that, and it's just like all this bright light. But it's like when I'm seeing different people, like if I'm out in the crowd, like I've been out, and it just feels so different. Like I'm shielding myself off. So it's just like my power is like very heightened right now. And it's just like right now what's going on. I even started going back to different things. It's like YouTube has been messing me up a little bit, because it's like I just started doing videos. Like I think I took 2 days off because I had my granddaughter yesterday. So I couldn't really do videos like I wanted to because I had to give all my time to her. So it was like I come back. I've seen daggone comments I ain't never seen before, and it's almost close to a year and a half. Comments are coming up. I'm like, where is this coming from? So it's just like if your power surge, it's just like if you're a Reiki, you'll start feeling surges through your hands. Like I was trying to text, and all of a sudden all these different things like my bank information start popping up, or 4 or 5 different messages are coming up. I didn't even have to touch my screen yet, but it was like shorting out, or it freezes up and I got to turn my phone off a lot, or the Wi-Fi, if it depends on who I'm talking to on the phone, how powerful their energy is. It'll turn your Wi-Fi off, and it's just like it won't come on until you either get off the phone with that person, or you got to restart your phone all over again. Or it probably been like that with other people on their tablets as well. It's just like you're shape shifting. Like I'm seeing people, and I'm looking like there's even certain people that are going through some heavy energy, like they're not wanting to heal. They're like allowing themselves to go through torture because they're just that takes too much change. I see a lot of black masses around them where it make me jump. I'm like, oh hell no, I ain't even trying to get near you like that. I'm like, I'm good. I will say a prayer for you, but I'm gonna keep my distance. So I'm going through Walmart today, and I'm seeing people shifting. It may sound crazy. A couple of people, they know what I'm talking about because I've connected with people. And I'm like, I've seen different things where even like if I was in a cesspool, like I worked at a devil's den, like there was so many people doing so many corrupt things, and I'm looking at them and I see their face changes. Anybody ever seen Devil's Advocate? When that black lady was putting on her clothes, and all of a sudden, what was the name? God dang, Charlize Theron. They thought that girl lost it, and she was actually seeing things for what they truly were. That woman's face just started, jacking up and stuff like that, and you see the fingers all going over her body and everything. And it was like stuff like that. It wasn't to that extent, but it was kind of like what I was looking at, and I'm just like, wow, I haven't seen that for a minute. And it's just like my energy has been like off the chain. Like this morning I was like, dang, I just finished doing like it was like a 3 hour, almost close to a 3 hour workout, because I did it while my granddaughter was asleep. Then I took a break for a minute, and then I went back again. So it was almost close to 3.5 hours. And it was just like, I'm like, yeah, I'm pumped up. Let me go ahead and do these videos so I ain't have to worry about taking a nap for a minute and then getting back up and just be totally, all discombobulated, just all out of whack. So I said, well, let me go ahead and do these videos now. So it's like iffy if I do some more later. But I was going to chill out for the day and then just take me another break. So I'm getting back into my routine of doing the things that I want to do. It's just like really uplifting me. So I'm trying that healthy routine of doing that. But there's a lot of things that may take place that you could be doing something, all of a sudden you'll see a glitch, or it'll just seem like this is something that's being very repetitive. Like you can say something like, I can see things, and next thing you know, it'll be something like, if I see somebody wrestling with something, the next thing you know, that person tells me, oh, I saw this, and I'm just like, wow, I just had a vision of that. So it's just like your intuition is like really out there. And it's just like when I was having that vision of what was taking place, it's like a lot of things were going on. And when I was talking to somebody, it was like so many different downloads was coming in at the same time, and they were asking me, how does this happen? How does this happen? And it's like you're having an overload hangover. Like sometimes you can wake up and it's like you have so much pressure under your eyes, like behind your eyes, and especially right here. Like this was just a mole, I mean, a pimple a few weeks ago, and then it ended up turning into a birthmark. So it's just like I'm telling people, I said maybe it's supposed to be there. People kept on saying Roslyn's supposed to be there. So I'm just like, okay, it's just weird to me. But It's like all these different changes are going. When you're purging, you're making room, you're opening up. But it's just like the way our energy is going right now, it is like breaking the matrix. Like when I was having a vision, I kept on seeing Insurgents, the Divergence, and I'm just like, I didn't watch those movies, but let me go here, because it kept on saying it, kept on saying it, and it's just like, oh wow, because it's like when I'm seeing what I gotta see, I say, okay, well, I'm not going by what social media, whatever the social folks out there, there's certain people want to go ahead and stay just because that's what they're looking for, that's what they're expecting, that's what they're welcoming. No, I'm gonna do what I want to do. If you don't welcome me, that's not on me, that's on you. I'm not going by like follow the leader. I'll find a beat of my own drum, and I love doing that. And it's just like lately I've been so hypersensitive. It is just like if somebody tells me something that, like, if a child is hurt, or even a person's hurt, or an animal, oh my god, if I even see an animal, just, I put a post up the other day, and I forgot, I don't know if it was a goat or a sheep or a lamb or something like that, and he was frowning. I almost bursted out into tears. I'm like, look, this is making me overly sensitive. I don't like being sensitive like that. But it's like your empathy is heightening. Like, I love horror movies all day. I cannot watch them for some odd reason. I'm like, oh yes, I'm watching La Llorona, and I can't even watch it. I'll be like, I don't watch it. No. Even though it doesn't scare me. It's just like I don't know what it is blocking me from watching that. Because I got horror movies all day. Anybody who's connected with me knows. You're like, oh, Roslynn, have you seen this? Or they'll send me some different previews. The last one I was guided to watch is the new Kevin Bacon movie, You Should Have Left. And that was something kind of like what we're going through. You're I don't want to give it away, but it is like there's things that you need to face, basically. So it's like certain things, if you are doing something out of the norm, it's like even your old interest is like, it's like cringeworthy, like repulsing to you. And it's not like you're looking at anybody down that's doing that. It's not even about that, but it's about what you're doing. It doesn't suit you anymore. So it's like whatever is going on in the world, where people is just like, oh, okay, well, this is the it thing right here, this is the fashion trend right there, we got to stay in that fashion trend. If we pull this, or either they're trying to make their own thing just to be doing it for the wrong reason, their heaviness in their ego, or they're trying to get people to control you, or they're doing this, and it's just like, nah, you can go ahead and do that, but I'm not, you know. And it's just like you can see through that when you're allowing yourself to, to project and reflect through your truth. A lot of people don't like that. Or it's like with your energy becoming very bold, you're becoming having more people lash out at you, and it's just getting very potent. Very potent, very strong. It's coming out a lot more. And there's a lot of people that, they'll say you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. They're pointing fingers, but they're the one who feel that way about certain things. And if you're not being negative and you're speaking your truth, that has nothing to do with you. It's a lot about them. So it's just like right now, veils are being snatched off. All these different things are evolving. It's like more people that I see, that if I know they have some kind of hidden intention, or that lifespan connection is going through, that, it is something that, hey, it's ended. It has to go. So, um, all those different things. Hey, did you can you call Irma in, please? Oh, okay. All right. Close my door, please. I didn't know you. I forgot you're gonna be home. Okay, that's fine. Just don't let her out. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. But going through all those different things, I almost forgot. If my alarm goes off, I don't want to scare y'all because I've put alarm out for my cat to come back in the house. But all these different things are popping off, and it's like the more you're purging, allowing yourself to be open to the new, it's like you're gonna have a lot of heavy downloads. You're gonna have a lot of shape shifting to where you can be in two places at once. I don't know why I'm seeing people doing that. It's just like if you ever seen the movie Jumper, portal jumping like that. You're doing stuff, and it's just like your energy is like blasted, or there are certain things that is popping off. You're like, wait a minute, why does it seem like I've done this before? Because you're starting to, change, even for women. And I'm not trying to get personal because I know there's certain people that I was supposed to talk to and I haven't got back, or they haven't got back with me, but I'm gonna just say this. They know who I'm talking about. There's women that are not up in age, but like in they're probably like their late 20s, mid 40s type situation. They may be having problems in the lady department, in the, in the big factor or whatever. It's like your spiritual being is overtaking your human experience. So it's like it's causing issues down there. And this was going to happen because it's like there's too much of your spiritual that's overtaking this, because it's not going back to the spiritual being, but it's something that hasn't been created yet. Like it's been talked about in the, in the nether regions, up in the the galaxy or whatever. But when it comes to this, we're being very new to a lot of things that they already said this has to take place. Like they talked about this with the Incans, the Mayans, and all this different stuff. But when it came to these scientists, they had some of the stuff figured out, but there were certain things that they were misinterpreting for what it was. Or they said, oh, the Mayans said this was going to happen, about the world going to come to an end around this time. The world's going to come in to this time, whatever this is and that. No, this is going to be a time of period, not for its end, but there's going to be a new cycle beginning. That's what that meant. They misinterpreted big time. So it's just like all these different things are going on where they're trying to have scare tactics with us using that pandemic. Or there are certain times where they're wanting you to wear these like masks. I said, ever since this thing has been going on, I haven't worn no mask. I've not worn no mask. I said, you are not trying to kill me, because some kind of way is telling me I'm okay. Because I already feel like if we're going to catch it, no mask or no glove is going to stop it from happening. It's going to happen. And there's a lot of people that are passing away. Yes, it is. But it's like that soul contract. There's a lot of things that's going on, which I feel very bad for anybody who's lost any family recently, or from this pandemic, or just losing family anyway. That's a very sensitive subject. But it's like with me, if you're even a medium psychic, clairvoyant, clairaudience, or what all that stuff is going on. It's like this morning I forgot that I put one of those videos on where they were talking about, the celebrities and stuff that passed away in all these years. I start seeing, all of a sudden I start seeing like their preparation, their transition. I don't like seeing stuff like that. If you've been with me for a while, you have heard me talk about that. There's a lot of times I've made predictions about certain people or certain things that's going to take place that end up happening. I don't like stuff like that. Or somebody done died and then I get a deeper understanding because I have a close connection with the other side like that. So there's a lot of times when it comes happening, I end up seeing like right before that impact has happened. I don't like that, especially if I can't stop it. And there are some times where I get kind of like a stigmata affliction, like when certain people pass away a certain way, I end up, waking up like screaming, having night terrors, and end up like if somebody got burnt to death, I'll wake up with like blisters on my hands, or my skin feels like it's on fire for a few seconds and then stop. So it's like I'm touched in that type of way. I don't like it. It's like your gifts are heightening. This is something that you weren't able to even do when you were a spiritual being. This is something like 20,000 notches up. Like where it's like something could be at like spiritual beings could be like 15 million megahertz. Ours is like 2000 something like that, heightened up, because what we're doing is cutting cords. What we are doing is shifting things to something that has not been predicted yet. So it's just like with a lot of these things going on, just like why I feel like this pandemic, there's something that's going on and they just want to blame it on that. That's my opinion about that. It's something that they can't name, or certain things can't, they can't blame. Okay, let's put it on this. And that's how I feel about that. If you feel like that, let me know, drop a line, give me your opinion about that. But there's a lot of things that's going on where, like I said, I had a vision of when I'm seeing a mass plethora of us on so many different parts. Like I said this a couple of months ago, where I done seen people popping up, like I'm seeing everything from the galaxy and seeing all these empaths like coming out the dirt, and they were all holding hands like they're coming together. The next like over 1,000 people done hit me up and subscribe to my channel. Not even a month or two later, waking up all over the world. Like Roslynn, I'm just finding out I'm a Heyoka. Roslynn, I'm just finding out I'm an empath, or I'm finding out what type of empath I am. And it was just crazy how people been with me for so long. It was like, Roslynn, you predicted it, ended up happening. So it's just like all this is coming down. when I'm seeing us, there's times I sit up here and said I seen warriors. They're coming out the dirt. So that means when you're coming out the dirt, you're going through a mass awakening, or you had to go through something very traumatizing to you for you to wake up and realize what you truly were, what your purpose is. Or, you had this light that's coming around you. So that means you're coming into your power. I see us walking next to, white horses. White horses are those things that's purified. Their protection, stuff like that. So we're going through a war. That war is over with ourselves. We're facing our fears, even though it may be scary, it may be heavy as I don't know what, but you're facing a lot of things that we have suppressed for so long. You could be having a good day, and next thing you know, something from your past from like 5-10 years ago is suppressing, and that you suppress and it's coming up. You're like, dang, I was having a good day. What is this coming from? Because you're evolving. You're going through a evolutionary period where this is no longer needed no more. So you're having a lot of pressure in between here, the top of your head, and in your chest, where it may be feeling sometimes, you may be having a heart attack. No, it's going through changes. You have been holding on to things not just from this lifespan, but from you know your past lives that you were still holding on as a burden. So we're going all through these, we cutting cords, and on top of that, you're still dealing with the energy that was passed on along these crazy bloodlines that we have, that we're supposed to be stopping. And for you to be able to do that, you have to be something that cannot be met. You're like a force that can't be messed with. That's why you're going through so many heavy processes right now. That's why you have so many people at you, because number one, the devil and that whatever lurks, them harbingers or whatever they want to call them, handlers, they see the goodness in you. They see that power within you. They don't want you to discover that mess. So they're going to have you going through all different things and using the things that you hold dear against you. Or they're going to have you doubting yourself. Or it's going to get to that point where it gets so heavy they want you to give up on that. That's the reason why you're going through this, because like I said earlier today, and like I said the other day, devil and God goes hand in hand when it comes to those things, because the devil is bringing them into you for distractions and blockages. Universe and God is using them for you to strengthen you, for you to allow yourself seeing how desperate they are to bring this towards you. You wouldn't be a threat if you're speaking your truth and people lashing out at you saying you're being toxic, or you're being very defensive, or you're being negative because you're speaking your truth. If you're not coming at nobody, you're not talking about somebody, but you're just speaking your truth. you know because a lot of people say I was like pessimistic or whatever. Yes, I went through my pessimistic phase. I went through my toxic phase. But what you can do is, when you know you're learning and you're growing, you can admit your wrongs. You can admit your faults. And from you're doing that, you're not worrying about what other people think of you. I've been cutting off so many different people in my life. Like I was telling a few of my friends, I even said it in my videos, where I only have here and Facebook. Now I cut off my WhatsApp. I don't have that no more. When I had my Facebook, I had so many people I was going to school with, which was over like 26. I think it was like 2,600 people that I was connected with. I barely have not even 100, 200. It's probably like 169. Because I'm like, if it's not spiritually connected to me, it's not serving me to my highest good. This other stuff is like people just watching me. There's a lot of times where they see stuff in me and they know me for years and didn't know I was like that. I used to worry about what people think, or worry about, people gonna know my truth, or they gonna believe me for what I'm talking about. I really don't care. If you for me, you for me. If you're not, you're not. If you support me, that's great. If you're not, that's great too. It's not gonna stop my flow. It's not gonna stop my grind. It's not gonna stop me from moving forward and helping other people and growing and elevating myself to my highest. You're a goddess and all these other different things masked all up into one. And with you being able to follow the beat of your own drum and allowing yourself not to follow the leader, or go what sorry about that, y'all, that was my alarm, going off on the norm on what other people are doing, you're seeing your truth. You're seeing what has affected your life. You're seeing what has held you back. You're seeing what has kept you crippled. A lot of people don't want to face them fears. That's the reason why everything is like that it is now, where there's ugliness that's sitting out in the world. People, whatever dirt they're doing is being, lights being shed on right now. And what that happening with everybody allowing themselves to stop their power, yes, it's a very scary thing, because you don't know what's coming around the corner for you. You don't know if you have the energy to keep going. You don't know if you have the energy to keep flowing. There will some days you're like, looking like Mary Poppins and the sounds of music flowing all through the tiptoeing through the tulips. And next thing you know, you're like Eeyore running around here. Oh, woe is me. All those different things. You don't know how your time is going to be. And it's like with me looking at my stuff, I know there's things that I go through. I know, or I'm constantly being tested, but then I can see when it's a test. Because certain people ask me things before. I used to be so giving about that. Oh yeah, you can just watch this and this and that. Or yeah, start sharing personal family stuff about myself. Now I'm just like, if universe wants you to know, universe will let you know. I'm not about to go through that. I'm not about to share anything. If it's open time for me to be that share type person right now, I do that. If I know it's going to uplift somebody, I'm going to do that. But if it's just for me just to have validation towards something, I'm not about to do all that. If you've been with me this long, you know what my situation is. You know what brought me here. It's just the fact of me learning and growing. I'm following my purpose. It has humbled me. It has allowed me to become strong, but above strong. I'm glad of all the encounters that I've gotten to, all the connections, whether it was good or bad, because I've learned so much from those situations and I appreciate them. It took me a long time to not hold grudges. It took me a long time to not being angry towards different things or lashing out at people. I used to lash out at people just because you want to come at me stupid, I'm gonna come at you stupider. You want to come at me hard, I come at you harder. You want to question my faith, I'll make you question your existence. That's how I used to be. But it's at that point like I'm not about to waste my energy on something I know is going to drain me. I'm not going to allow you to drain me. I'll be looking like I may be ticked for that minute, but I'm gonna shake that mess off and say it is what it is. They're speaking through their ego. I'm reflecting my truth. It is what it is. I'm just gonna be able to do me. And I've always been like that. And I used to get in trouble like that because I used to be very mouthy about that. And I'm just like, now I see, that was passed down, and I still get like that. Yeah, I don't care. I'll be like that. But, it's all a new day and age for me. I've allowed myself to see the things that I've gone through. There's a lot of times I didn't see myself overcoming those different things. But it's like when you allow yourself to see the troubles in your life that is taking place, that you want to wish on your worst enemy in some kind of way, you have gotten through that. That shows you a lot about yourself. Even though you may be going through some stuff, there's people I connect with, and I understand that heaviness that can play on your mind, play on your mental, your spiritual. Because there's times I'll be crying up in here you know, to universe and saying I'm mentally and emotionally and spiritually broke down. I can't take no more of this. I'm tired. The more positive I try to be, there's somebody always trying to throw salt in my game or trying to, just do different things. And it's just like I can't deal with that. I can't function like that. I can't, I have to do what I need to do. And, now it's just like if that day is like that somber moment, I'm just like, you know what, that day was just that day. I'm going to be better. I'm not going to allow the troubles from yesterday to affect my day today because I'm still here. I still got a purpose. I still got to go. Can't hold myself back on something I can't change. A lot of things are sent in our lives to test us, just to strengthen us. And sometimes it's hard to feel that out. Because it'll be like, dang, it seemed like my mom was like, dad, girl, it's just like, who do made some mad, put some roots on you or something. And it's just like, just showing you, what you had to experience, what you had to endure, just to be able to be that powerful being you are now. Because when you get there, where you really get there, it's like even tigers can't even make you flinch. That's how bad it is. And tigers, I'm scared the hell out of them. I was like, look, I love them on Lion King and Thundercat, but no, for the rest of that mess, oh no, 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 no. But I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video. I'm gonna try to do at least 1 or 2 more videos. At least, I wanted to try to get a total of 5 today. But like I said, I'm trying to get on a better routine with my when it comes to my dailies. So I'm playing it by ear. So I would love to give a post notification shout out to Mississippi Conjure. Much love to you, Jennifer Pippin, Cynthia V, and Blue Sky, and Convey TV, if you're new to the channel. So welcome. It's so good to have you. Tell somebody about the channel, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next videos. If you need to get in touch with me privately, please get in touch with me on Facebook Messenger. Hit me up by name. Just let me know. Or you can find me by my name, and just let me know, hey, I connect with you here. Please let them be serious inquiries. It's not about trying to get to know nobody. I'm just networking. I'm single, but I'm not mingling. Hell to the no. I'm good. So I'm just there for, giving a deeper understanding to your spiritual path and helping you on your way to things you may be curious about. So I hope you have a blessed, safe weekend. Be safe, be responsible at everything you do, even through social distancing. Make sure you give out love, light, positivity, as well as prosperity words, vibes, frequencies. You never know, all those things really takes me a long way. Know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved. And knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And I pray that everything that you're trying to manifest in your life comes 100,000 times more than what you expected, prayed for, even asked for. And the same is in when you get it delivered as well. And I'll see you on my next video. Much love to you. Peace. Be well.